What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on SOFI stock.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And in today's video, first of all, I will show you where we are on a price chart and how we get there. Then I will continue with the fundamental news and I will show you what news might be the catalyst for this asset for upcoming days. And what is the sentiment of the market regarding this asset for now. And at the end of this video, I will share my thought and my technical analysis. And I will show you the precise setup that might bring you quite decent risk-to-reward ratio. So, and before we dive deep into all of this, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, share this video with your friends and family, and drop me a line in the comment section for whatever reasons you want. So let's start with the price chart. I made my previous video right here at this very top, and I've told you that right after this massive spike in its price that happened when this company revealed its earnings report, and the earnings report was quite impressive. And by the way, before this earnings report, we made some decent trades because we use an advanced option strategy that potentially could brought us about 60 to 250% of potential profit, depending on your exact setup. And at this very moment, I've told you that this asset should cool down, and with the assumption that we are in the fifth wave, we should hit some higher targets. But on top of that, I've told you that we have to know the bottom of its price action, and I highly encourage you not to enter the position because of this previous price action. And as you can see, from this point, this asset lost about 30% of its value in a matter of just 1 month. And I have to say that this movement to the downside, let me show you it in details. When this asset breaks this range of $9 mark, the previous bottom of the wave, it eliminates this count, and for now we are basically in the middle of nowhere, if you can compare it with this expression. And I will show you what should we do next. So, and let's continue with the fundamental news. What is the reason of this movement to the downside? I have to say that right after they published the earnings report with an impressive data, and the results are really impressive, we have to see the cool down. And for example, you can see it even on Nvidia price action. They also published a very impressive earnings report, right after which this asset went higher for about 13%. But in a matter of 2 sessions, they lost the entire value that they gained previously. And it is quite obvious behavior of different assets, and that is why this cool down is quite predictable. So, and let me show you the news and the total sentiment on the market. I want to pay your attention on the list of news. If you try to Google SOFI stock and switch to news tab folder, you will find a lot of articles that are quite bullish. And for example, this one, 2 no-brainer stocks to buy right now for less than $10. And as you can see, one of them is SOFI Technologies, and it says SOFI Technologies could be one of the few SPAC stocks that end up profiting investors. And let me remind you that this company became public with the SPAC merger, and the price of this SPAC merger was at exactly $10 mark. And it is, as you can see, it is scratching this range. It broke it to the upside, but then it went lower. And I have to say that when you see this type of impressive, so-called impressive and excited news regarding the asset, you have to be quite cautious. But let me show you quite interesting information. First of all, let me show you the list of their institutional investors and the latest updates of this list. As you can see right here, you can find the biggest shareholders of SOFI. It is Vanguard, Silver Lake, and another part of Vanguard, and so on and so forth. And right here, 2 Sigma advisors added, basically they opened completely new position with SOFI. They bought more than $112 million of value of SOFI shares. And definitely it is quite a good bullish sign. On top of that, if you take a deeper look on this list of major institutional investors, you can see that this month alone, they made the statements that they increased. The majority of them increased their position in SOFI, and definitely you have to keep in mind that this is the filing date, not the exact, not the execution date of these deals, but in general the sentiment is quite bullish. On top of that, if you take a look right here, this is the price targets that was set by different analytic firms. And since I made my previous video, we have several new updates. One company, Keefe, Bruyette and Woods, downgrade this asset, but they set a price target at $7 mark, which implies about 38.86% of downside potential. The majority of other analytic firms boosted their price targets, except Wedbush, and Wedbush for some reasons set the price target ridiculously low at $3 mark, which implies negative 71.83%. But other companies, they boosted the price target and set the price from 11.50 all the way up, from $9 I have to say, all the way up to $15 mark. And the consensus analyst price target became more lucrative, and for now it is at $9.16 mark, which implies from our current range about 10.5% of upside potential. And guys, yes, for now, let's continue with the technical analysis. But before we dive deep right here, please subscribe to my channel, hit notification bell and hit the like button. This helps me a lot. For now, I have to say that this asset found a decent support, and let me show you that this line that I set, that I drew previously at around $8.5 mark is not the real range of support and resistance anymore, because the price action doesn't respect this level. You can see it that it breaks this range without any spikes in volume. That's why I don't think that it is a relevant range for now. But we have another one. About $8 mark is quite decent support, because previously we have basically two touches with one false breakout below $8 mark. But the second one and the third touch is quite decent. And let me mark this range for you. Let's put it this way. And this becomes a quite decent setup. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So, if you take a look on this price action from this top to this bottom, this asset lost, as I already mentioned, about 30% of its value. And it doesn't have major retracements to the upside. And it reached the range of support that previously was quite decent, as you can see. And let me show you. Let me delete unnecessary tools. I don't need this and this one. And if I pull the Fibonacci retracement tool from the bottom of the initial movement from May the 12th till this very top, you can see that this asset has a very good confluence with the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level. And this is a pure algo trade entry point, because a lot of algorithms should step in if the asset reached the 50% retracement from its swing low to swing high, and it is exactly this case. And their price target is negative 0.236 at $13.41. But I have to say that it is quite aggressive target, and I don't think that you can rely on it in a medium-term perspective, because it is about 63% of upside potential. But guys, let me show you this. If you enter your position right here at this very moment, at this very point, with the tight stop loss slightly below this bottom, which implies about, let's say, 4.5% of downside potential, you can rely, and for this case I have to pull the Fibonacci retracement tool from the top to the bottom. You can rely on the following targets. 8.84 has the probability, $8.84 range has the probability of about 80% that it might be hit by the price. Next range at about $9.39 has about 35% probability that it will be hit by the price target. 0.5 has the 50% probability and 35% has the golden pocket range, which implies, let me show you, to the first price target about 7.37%, and definitely it doesn't worth your attention because the risk to reward ratio is not so favorable. But the next target of roughly 14.3% is has a quite decent risk to reward ratio, and all of the above, all the next two targets has a very decent risk to reward ratio of more than 5:1. So I think it's quite a good setup, but be cautious with its upcoming movements and set your stop loss tightly at about $7.8 mark. And yes, I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel with notification bell. And see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad.